Part 4 of the Chapter 2 Pranic Healing of the great book Guru, Grandmaster Chowakoksui. Let's start with the first article written by Montreal. The title is When the Time is Right. A friend told me about pranic healing in the early 2000s, but I was not ready apparently because I said nah. But then, some years after, I got a little bit sick, and doctors kept saying, no, you are fine. But I know I was not fine. I then remembered that my friend said and called him. He sent me a link, and I did my first twin hearts online through Master Stephen Coe's website. And then I did basic, advanced, and psychotherapy as fast as I could do. I'm very happy to have found it, even if it took me 10 years to really start. I can see that there are changes in my life and also all those people's lives that I got to meet through the Twin Hearts groups, seeing how people join and those who continued having evolved after the practice. I have not met Grandmaster Chowakoksui, but in the beginning, after some courses, I would say, okay, let's see, just some people needed here. I will ask for some help, and then suddenly ideas come in my mind. I try them and they work. Of course, it is all in the books, but you get some little details between the lines. I never thought that I could get to know somebody that is not in a physical body, but now it does make sense through experience. The next article, named The Next Generation, written by Maria. I have some psychological problems, so I tried doing something about it like normal therapy. Then somebody introduced me to pranic healing, so I became a patient first. Then I got better, but my father got sick, and I realized that I could take the basic pranic healing course to help him. So that's how I came in pranic healing. It has completely made me feel alive. My dad passed away 2 years ago when he was really bad, very sick. But pranic healing helped me with the process to let him go and also his dying process. With my kids, I try to ask them to do the super brain yoga, but I have to stop them because my daughter told me that she was healing in her class. She is scanning, she does sweeping, so I have to stop them a little bit because my daughter is 6 and my little boy is 4. Maybe they are going too fast for now. But they love pranic healing. When they have a toothache, my son will say something like, put blue in me. I think they will do pranic healing in a few years. The next article is The Importance of Discernment, written by Vivek. I used to have a very stressful life. I am a software engineer and had some businesses, lots of projects, deadlines, that drove me to look for solutions to be less stressed. And through massage therapy, through Reiki, and other healing modalities, I found my way to pranic healing. This was sometime around 2002, and I started teaching pranic healing also in 2002. Even before I did Arhatic yoga, we already had a energy work school for different modalities. So it was easy for us to qualify to become instructors to get the other requirements. So I think this was within 6 months of taking the basic course. It was very fast track. I became an instructor because I finally found the answers we were looking for. I did this together with my good friend Keshan Mathura, and it was a journey we did together from the first Reiki course till becoming pranic healing instructors. We did everything together. He is actually the one that found pranic healing online, like he maybe we should look into this. In pranic healing, you don't only learn to trick on a technique, but you really get to understand how and why it works. And for me, this is very important. I think it was in 2002 when I was about to start teaching. I got my basic pranic healing manual on the Bali convention, and that was also the first time I met Grandmaster Chowakoksui. I remember still being a bit skeptical, and I had a little bit of allergy to the word Grandmaster. I remember looking at the book and said, there is this Chinese guy in a suite talking about prana, but is not that Indian? I had many reservations, so one of my purpose is going to the convention was to validate, to check if this was real. And I think Grandmaster Chowakoksui really appreciated the fact that someone was not blindly following, and he gave me ample opportunity to validate the teachings and himself as a spiritual teacher. It started just after the first moment I met him and we were introduced with, this is a new instructor in the Netherlands. And that point he just looked away and yawned, and I think he removed some of my used up energies. Then, in a few days during the convention, I was able to see the auras and the chakras of people walking by in very high detail, and I am not clairvoyant. I had no experience or abilities in that area. For a few days, it was very heightened, and I think thanks to him that I was able to validate these things by just seeing it happen. It was definitely a turning point that I was completely convinced of everything. I recall calling back home to my friend Keshan and said, look, everything they say about Grandmaster Chowakoksui is true. He is the real thing. We have to do this and this and this. We have to travel there, take that course. We go to India. We go to Switzerland. I was just rattling or for a while, and after I had rattled on for a while, There was this silence. Keshan said, "Do you know what that will cost?" I said, "I don't care." So I had it all laid out. Later on, I went more into management and project finance. And at some point in time, my projects stopped. The relationship I was in back then stopped. Everything came to a complete standstill, and I had time to think about what really made me happy. As soon as I asked myself the question, it was very clear to me that only thing that really made me happy was pranic healing. So as soon as I had decided, I suddenly got a lot of work in pranic healing, and that became my full-time job. I think Master Chowakoksui really appreciated the fact that someone was not blindly following, and he gave me ample opportunity to validate the teachings and himself as a spiritual teacher. Thanks for listening 3 articles, dear friends. Let's come back and continue reading the part 5 of the second chapter, Pranic Healing, of the great book Grandmaster Chowakaksui Guru later. Thanks again. Bye bye for now.